Hello, everyone. This is your Platinum Leader of Team Eclipse, Justine Shine here. Today, we're going to be talking about all-inclusive resorts. Specifically, what are they and where can we find them? Also, where in the world are they located? All right. So for those of you watching this recording, you'll see in the YouTube video description a Google Doc link, and that is going to be all of the information that I share in this training. So for those of you here, let me go ahead and put that link in the chat for you guys. If I'm looking over here, it's because I have dual screens. All right. All right, so there is that for everyone. Go ahead and open that up if you want so you can follow along. I'm also going to share it on my screen. So let me get that set up here. All right, awesome. So with this, all right, like I said, it's going to have everything you need about all-inclusive resorts for the most part. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is what the heck are they, right? So I think in general in the travel industry, there's two different meanings of all-inclusive. All right, the first, typically clients might think that it's a package deal where, flights, car rental, activities, the hotel are included all in one package, right? Yeah, that might be true, but in general, I think the more common known meaning of this is the type of resort, right? So there are tons of all-inclusive resorts in the world, really mostly located in these destinations you see here. So places like Mexico, Jamaica, the Bahamas, the Dominican Republic, and you can see that rest of the list here. So I'm curious to know, for those of you in this training, have you booked an all-inclusive resort for your clients before? Go ahead and put that in the chat for me. Some say no, some say yes. Awesome. Okay. I like to ask just because, for my knowledge. Someone says they just did. That's pretty cool. Awesome. So truthfully, guys, I really think that um, knowing your stuff with all-inclusive resorts is important. And here's why, because it includes so much things like food, drinks, alcohol, right? Definitely alcohol. And most activities, things like that. But in addition, it's not always going to be all of those things fully included with every single all-inclusive resort. So I have it written here on this document. Where is it? The second piece here. Not all of these items are going to always be fully included with every inclusive resort. So it's your job as a travel agent. Once you have found a few options for your client, go directly to their site and really double check what all inclusive means. So for example, if I were to, let's get into Vax Vacation Access here. Thankfully, it kept me logged in. That's awesome. I typically use FunJet Vacations. It's my absolute favorite with Vax. So from here, let's just do, let's see, I'm from Ithaca, New York. Syracuse is near me. And then we'll do Cancun. I'm just going to do like a mock trip real quick. We'll do 6 nights. Awesome. All right, so let's search. Many times if you're finding these resorts in Vax has it in their hotel description, all-inclusive amenities. Not every time, most times. So that's kind of nice to have that list of what's already included. But again, you really want to double check directly with the resort site because there might be more included than you think with what Vax is telling you. Okay. So that's why I want to show this as an example. All right, let's see. I'm going to go right down to, once it finished loading, let's see. Do all inclusive for our filter. All right, and then we're just going to pick, let's see. Here, see, it says all-inclusive amenities, all-inclusive amenities. So some of these will have that already here. So let's take a look at this Ocean Coral Resort. Okay, so when we click this drop-down menu here, you'll see this breakdown of what Vax says is included in that all-inclusive rate, okay? So you could very well just say, okay, I'm gonna copy paste this into my quote for my client, but let's go to this resort's direct website and see what truly is included. All right, let's go to their website. All right, so typically, we might have to, dig around a little bit. Let me see here. So they have hotel, photos and videos, room, restaurants, privilege. Let me see. The trick part is being able to actually find the information, right? Let's see. Download hotel info. Let's see if this document has it. Can I zoom in? Absolutely. Yes. My computer doesn't like it when I multitask, so I'm going to give it a second to catch up and then I can zoom in. All right, let's see. Here, let's zoom in on this. That's a little much for me. There we go. I'll do that. All right, that's as much as I can go personally. So let's see if they fully describe what the all-inclusive means with this place. Dress code. Aha, here we go. See? All right, so truthfully, this is everything included with staying at this resort. So this is the list that you're going to want to send to your client, not necessarily what's on Vax, because this is going to break it down even more than what Vax is telling you. Okay, and this is pretty standard. Even if you go to a vendor like Vacation Express, which is common for all-inclusive resorts as well, you still want to double check. Okay, so that is one way to go about doing it. So let me come back here to Vax. All right, so you'll see here, they just say breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, cocktails, snacks, but on that other page, they gave more specific information. All right, so let's come back to the Google Doc here. What were we just talking about? I think we covered 1, 2, 3, all this. Okay, so this last piece here is important too. All-inclusive resorts, guys, are typically designed for a client to stay on the resort. Okay, they provide pretty much everything you need. They have activities going on, normally a daily resort activities list that your client can choose from during their stay. They have bars all over the place, right? So there's truthfully so much for them to do during their stay that they might not need to leave the resort. However, they're more than welcome to if it is a safe place off of the resort and further into town. Okay, so there is that. Again, we just went over some of the locations here. This list is extensive to my knowledge. Okay, there might be 2, 3, a couple that I missed, but in general, these are the main destinations where you're going to find all-inclusive resorts. Okay, if a client comes to you and says, I want an all-inclusive stay in the United States, well, sorry, but you're probably not going to find that. All right, I know there's controversy with this, but at one point there was a Club Med resort in Florida that was all inclusive, but I don't know that that exists anymore. Some of the US Virgin Islands, like St. Thomas, St. Croix, they have all inclusive resorts, but it's something that is a different rate type with them. So you're going to see like the standard hotel rate with them, and then you're going to have to see, okay, what is the all inclusive rate for this room? All right, so it's not just going to be exclusively all inclusive. But any questions so far, guys, about all inclusive resorts? You can put
I
yes.
have a question.
Oh, yep, go ahead.
Okay, so you said we copy and paste the amenities and send it to our client. Do we send it in like a brochure or something? Do we make a brochure for them?
That's entirely up to you, however you want to present your quote to the client. I'm someone that specializes in all-inclusive resorts, so I almost exclusively book those. So I just have a section in my quote where I just always throw that information in. But yeah, truly it just depends on how you want to organize that. All right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions so far, guys? I'm going to assume not. If you do, go ahead and put those in the chat. All right. So let's come down here to the known resort brands. So for those of you here, how many of you have booked with any of these brands that you see? Go ahead and put it in the chat for me. Oh, yep, I can post this link again. 1 second. Sorry guys, you're looking and I Cut it off. There's a document in the chat again for you guys. So let's see. People are saying, let me see here. People have booked with Ryu, couples. Oh my gosh, is gorgeous. All right. Beautiful. Let me see. Marriott. Guys, yes, Marriott does have some all-inclusive resorts. So does Hilton and Hyatt. Hyatt is partnered with AM Resorts or vice versa. Yeah, whoever came first. But World of Hyatt, and you'll see that on AM Resorts website, they're paired with them, and so all those resorts are also associated in some way. Let me see here. What else do we have? Dream, Sandoz, and Iberostar, awesome. Palace Resorts, AMR, Charisma, Playa Hotels. Some people have looked at some but never actually booked. There's also Wyndham, awesome. Yes, so that's perfect. All right. And Kelsey brought up a good point with with RoomRez. All right, so that kind of segues into our vendors here. So if you're someone that wants to cater to the all-inclusive resort world of the industry, you definitely want to make sure that you are registered with all of the following vendors that I have here listed, okay? All of these can be found in the Travel Cafe, but be careful with some of these, okay? So Pleasant Holidays and Sandals, you have to wait until a certain period of time of being with our company to actually register. So with Pleasant Holidays, it's 30 days after you first started, and Sandals is 6 months after you first started. So definitely calendar those, all right? And if you're past those points and you haven't registered, definitely get on that, okay? So yes, make sure you're registered with all of these so that you have options. And then there's two, whoops, My Profit Agility as well as Expedia Tap. Please remember with Expedia Tap, guys, yes, you're going to see really great prices on there, but they are not a preferred vendor with Archer. So you're only going to get, let me add this in here. Not a preferred vendor. You will only get 50% versus 80% commission from Archer, okay? So keep that in mind. I recommend Expedia Tap to people who are either booking for themselves, right? So there's that. Also, if you have a close family member, friend, whatever, that you want to do a favor for, Expedia Tap's a good place. But in general, you want to look at these other places. All right. Let's see, what else do I want to cover here? Oh yes, another thing I want to bring up is here, these brand names, guys. You want to do a quick Google search and see if they have their own travel agent portal. Okay, so for example, I know for a fact that AM Resorts does. A lot of these are going to also have a rewards program. Okay, so places like AM Resorts, Iberostar, Charisma. I'm trying to think of a few other ones. I think Barcello also has it, or Barcelo. They have reward points programs, okay? So go in, get registered with them as well, because then you can enter your bookings in and get those points accrued, dollars accrued, whatever it is that that specific brand has. All right. Let me see what's in my chat here. Joyce, great question. So can we not book Sandals until then? Not necessarily, okay? You can find Sandals in both Beds Online and Pleasant Holidays. Beds Online might be a little limited with Sandals. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I do know that they have it along with Pleasant Holidays, okay? So definitely, take note of that. So if you're at that 30 days or beyond and you're not quite at 6 months, you want to make sure you have Pleasant Holidays so you still have access to Sandals. And of course, associated with Sandals is Beaches, the family-friendly version of Sandals. Okay. So there is that. And let's see what other questions I might have missed here. Can you book Sandals through Vax? No, not that I found. Okay, so I don't believe you'll find them in Vax. If someone knows otherwise, please let me know. And let's see. RoomRez, you never received an email from RoomRez. So guys, with RoomRez, sometimes it goes to spam, so check there, okay? But circling back to the training here, any other questions about all-inclusive resorts, guys?
Would you be able to do like a walkthrough of what it's like to book um without like actually booking something? I hope that's not a crazy question.
No, not at all. Yeah, we can do like a mock booking, so to speak, of an all-inclusive resort.
Right.
How about that? Because that's,
Okay, cool. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Because really, there's not much information to cover about what this type of resort is and things like that. So let's get into that. Let's see. Whoever can put dates, a location into the chat first is what I'll do. Okay. Make sure that you are picking a destination from the list. So whoever gets that first, let's see. All right, Michelle says sandals 5, 10, 23 for 6 days. That's the first one. All right. We might have time for two. All right. So let's go ahead and go into sandals. For some of you, again, if you're not at that 6 months, I'm sorry. But you again can go into Pleasant Holidays or Beds Online. Okay, so with that in mind, so when you're in sandals, it's pretty straightforward with how to, get a quote and book and everything. So we're gonna do book now at the top. Let's see, Michelle, I need a location though for sandals. Let's see. Let's do sandals here, and then let's see. There's all kinds of destinations here, so let's pick one.
About Montego Bay.
Ooh, all right.
It's just
Let's see, we'll do that. And then let's see the dates again. We were doing May 10th this year. And we're doing, what was it, 6 days. So let's see. I gotta count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. And then what's nice about sandals is you can include round trip airfare if you want. I'll include it just for the sake of people being able to see it. So let's say that I'm going. All right, so I'm leaving from Syracuse. We'll leave this alone. This is for weddings. And let's continue.
And
Right.
Justine, selfishly, if you have time for two, can you just show us anywhere that's an all-inclusive that you don't have to go with a passport? That's what we get over and over and over. So like St. Thomas or St. Croix or somewhere like that.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah. So as you guys understand, if you go outside the US or the US Virgin Islands, you have to have a passport to go. That's it, right? So a lot of people that don't, they ask about all-inclusive resorts in the US. So, we can definitely, if I have time, take a look at St. Thomas or St. Croix. Not gonna lie, the options are very slim pickings and I don't exactly love them, but it can work.
Can I interrupt for just a second? This is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Sure.
Hi. So I have that question a lot too. So if we want to scrub this one and go to one of those, I am completely fine with that.
Sure. Yeah. I can just quickly walk through this so that people who are watching can see as well.
Yes, please.
Yes, absolutely. And then we will go ahead and do that, Virgin Island thing. Okay. So what's I love about sandals is these different categories here. And you can click and see, what they mean. You can look through the sandals site. I'm going to keep it at luxury and we're just going, oh my God, I'll slow down. Hold on. Let me go there. Okay. Never mind. We'll do this instead. So once we pick the room we like, what's nice is you can actually view the room photos here. And you can actually, download them from here and include them in your quote to the client so they can see that room. But how gorgeous is that? Right? It makes me want to save a ton of money and go to a sandals resort. Okay. But as Joanne says, ooh la la. I love it. All right, so we're gonna come down here. If we want to change the flights, we can for the sake of time. I'm not going to, but it's very straightforward with how to choose that. So let's go to continue. And how much money they're saving. Did you guys see that? That is nuts. Where was it? Oh gosh, I don't know. It was like $16,000 in savings. Holy crow. All right, so same as any other vendor, guys, you're going to fill out all of the required information here. and I just realized I can't go beyond this. So when you do that and go to continue, you're going to be prompted to, put their payment information in and things like that. You'll of course get the reservation number so you can come back into Sandals and pull the reservation up. All right, so very straightforward with Sandals. Now let's go ahead and do the Virgin Island thing.
And
Any
while you're
questions?
pulling that up, I have a question.
Absolutely.
Does Sandals offer payments like the other ones do?
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. It's going to depend on the timing of the travel. I don't know the answer to, between their booking date and travel date, what that window is for them to either not have deposit option or have it, but it is an option with Sandals.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. And let's see. So Jamila, we only have access to this after 6 months. Yes, that's correct. So at 6 months, you can officially register with Sandals, but during that time, you can still book with Pleasant Holidays or Beds Online for Sandals and beaches. All right. And with Sandals, guys, they do have a co-brand file. And with that, they have affiliate links. Okay. So, how Viator has that share with client link? It's similar with Sandals. So your clients can visit that link, book their Sandals vacation themselves, and you still earn the full commission off of that. All right. All right. So now we're going to talk about the Virgin Islands here. So one thing I'll say, guys, personally, when I am working on figuring out what options I want for my client, I go straight to Expedia. I'm not booking through them necessarily, but I like to come here just for my brain. It's, I like the filters. I like just how it operates to narrow down my options. So let me get logged in here. All right, so let's see. Should we do St. Thomas or St. Croix? Whoever puts in the chat first. A little competition going on. Croix. All right, let's do it. St. Croix. Whoops, it'll help if I could spell, right? St. Croix Island, and let's do a few months out here. Let's go into July. We'll do a week-long stay. And we'll leave it like that. All right, let's go ahead and see what they have. What's going to save you a ton of time, guys, is to use your filters, okay? So I'm going to come down here and just do all-inclusive. Taking a second. All right, so you'll even see here, right? It says all inclusive, all inclusive, all inclusive. So let's take a look at this first option. Oh, one thing I want to see is the ratings on these. So this is an 8. This is a 6.8, so maybe not so great, right? I would like to try and get my clients 8 or above out of 10 when I'm looking on Expedia Tap. But see, there's not many options. That's it. All right. It's pretty much the same brands, just, you can have family friendly or adults only. Okay, so this is what I mean. So, hopefully they're good quality. They're not always. But let's see. This is taking so long to load, guys. Oh my gosh.
And this is a place where no passport is needed, correct?
Correct. Yes. So with the U.S. Virgin Islands, guys, your client does not need to have a passport if they're from the United States. Otherwise, double check. Oh no, hopefully it's gonna load.
I'm sorry, I've been having audio issues. I asked in the chat, but I don't know if it was answered, if this will be on YouTube as well, the recording.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm going to post the recording, guys. I'll also put it on Rising Tide so that you all have access to that. My YouTube channel is Vacations with Justine. I'll put that in the chat for you.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. So you can find me on there. I'll make sure it's a public video. But first, why isn't this loading? My goodness. Let me try going, let's see, Oceans at Davie Carina Bay. And actually, I believe that Vax, I could find this in Vax anyways. Let me actually come back here. This will work better. Then we're also using a vendor that we all know. Let me see. Joanne, yes, that's pretty much correct. No all-inclusives in Puerto Rico, to my knowledge. All right. But you're right. Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands are pretty much the only places outside of the U.S. you can go without a passport. A passport book, right? There's a passport book and there's a passport card. If I'm not mistaken, the passport card can get them into Mexico and maybe Canada. All right, you want to double check on that, okay? But I'm pretty sure they should be able to go to Mexico with a passport card. Let's do.
Can you
Oh,
can
go
you
ahead.
you said, I'm sorry, you said Puerto Rico, and what were the other ones you said were no passport needed?
Puerto Rico, U.S. Virgin Islands, and then of course,
Thank you very much.
even Hawaii counts in that as well because that's a U.S. state.
Okay.
And then let's see. So Joanne, you said, are there any all-inclusives in Hawaii? Unfortunately not. You would think so, but unfortunately not. However, what you do want to pay attention to with Hawaii is their resort fees and what's included with the resort fees. Because I'll tell you, sometimes you can get a client a really good deal if you go to their direct hotel site and take a look at what's included in that fee. Sometimes they'll have some great activities already included. So there is that. All right, so let me refocus here. We were doing St. Croix as our search. And then let me put our dates in. All right, let's see what pulls up. While I'm doing that, let me make sure I got, let's see, Natasha, best place for training videos I can watch when I'm between my clients' meetings. That's something you want to talk to your mentor about. All right. Let's see. Christina, is Disney Aulani an all-inclusive? Sort of. I mean, they have a lot included, but they don't have, all the food, all the drinks and stuff included. So I definitely don't want to call it an all-inclusive resort. All right. But they do have quite a few things included activity-wise. Yep, you're welcome. Absolutely. All right. So let's see. They might not have, no, they don't have all-inclusive filtered here. No. So that's the trick part here. See, so all right, we have Davia Carina Bay all inclusive. Let's see what's included in their amenities here. So all meals, snacks, drinks, non-motorized water sports, things like that. But like I've mentioned, let's go ahead and let's see. Lee, yes, exactly. So for those of you who are like, what's she talking about? Go in the chat. Lee, this is, yes, okay. So Davia Carina is decent, but it's the only all-inclusive in St. Croix. This is what I'm talking about, guys, okay? And Belongo Bay and St. Thomas does not have the greatest reviews. So really it needs your client, be upfront with them about that, okay? Because they truly are not necessarily the greatest, but if someone doesn't really, mind a few bumps in the road with their experience, then they can go to those places, all right? But let's take a look at Davia Carina Bay. Take a look at some photos here. I can zoom in a little bit. Let me see. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Perfect. All right. All right. So not too bad of a look of a room, right? But let's go to, let me see if there's any resort pictures here. A lot of them are rooms. Okay, so let me go to their website here. Let's see, where is Margaritaville? So Margaritaville, yes, you can actually book Margaritaville with Charisma. Charisma has a site, a travel agent portal that you can take a look at. Charisma has Margaritaville, they have Nickelodeon, El Dorado, and there's like one or two other resorts in there as well. All right, so let's go to their website here. And let's see if we can find that all inclusive. Let's see, amenities. Let's see if it's under here. Our all inclusive adult only resort located on quiet, private. All right, so here we go. Here we can see everything that's included, so that's great. Okay, so this is going to be a great way to go. Click on each of these things and get more information about that for your clients. All right, so let's come back to Vax. Let's say that I like this resort. All right, let's go and pull the drop down menu of rooms. It's for me and my husband, so to speak. All right, let's say that I want to be beachfront. Here, we'll just pick that for time's sake. I'm just going to choose random flights for the sake of time. All right. A lot of times in VAX, guys, they're also going to, maybe not in this case because the destination, no. But sometimes under features, they will pre-enter transportation. Okay, in this case, they don't. But, you know, places more well known like Cancun, oh gosh, the Bahamas, things like that, you're going to be able to add on that transportation from the airport to the hotel and vice versa. All right. But let's say that I want to make a mock booking out of this. I'm going to go right into, I actually am going to make a Google Doc, create a new one. All right. So let's do this. When I do my mock bookings for all-inclusive resorts, I typically like to have a nice thing at the beginning, right? So let's say all-inclusive resort stay in St. Croix. I'll do the dates. Let's see, I don't necessarily do dates in my mock booking, guys. I tell them how many days it is because at the very bottom I put price subject to change based on availability, dates of stay, you know, etc. So we'll do a 6-night stay. We'll do price per person here. Let's see. So here, 2,800 per person, let's say. It's not the greatest example. I don't recommend making a mock booking this expensive, okay? So it's just because we're here, okay? So let's see. Price includes round trip airfare, hotel stay. What else? Let's see, if we add travel protection on with VAX specifically, I like to put cancel for any reason, travel protection, right? Deposit and payment plan options available. And then, like I mentioned before, when I do my mock bookings, all of them are pretty much all-inclusive resorts. So I'll do all-inclusive amenities, and we're gonna list, let's see, right here. I'm gonna copy and paste here and then compare to what I see on the website, okay? So let's see, pools, awesome. Dine at one of our indoor outdoor restaurants and bars. Let's see, lounge chairs, umbrellas. Let me see what's included here. Let's see, I like to put access to beach with lounge chairs and umbrellas. What else is here? Water sports. So guys, if they provide specific activities, definitely include what some of those are. Okay, so things like here it says kayaks, paddle boards, and more. So we're going to put that in there. Non-motorized water sports such as kayaking and paddle boards. Let's see. Also have, let's see, pickleball, tennis, shuffleboard, fitness center. So we have tennis, pickleball. We'll just put this all in one sentence. And then of course a fitness center. Let's see what else is here. Casino. Ooh, all right. But you gotta be careful, guys, because you know the price of the casino is probably not included, right? So let me see here. Weddings and groups. Let me scroll down and see if they have pop-ups, my goodness. Aha. All right. So see all-inclusive perks. See what's included. Let's go here. I should have done that first. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's see here. Your all-inclusive plan gives you access to unlimited meals and drinks at these participating restaurants and bars. So unlimited, oh my gosh, such a hot word. Okay, so we're gonna do unlimited meals, snacks, and beverages. Let me go back here. Oh, where is it? Here, let's do that. All right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 restaurants. Well, combination of restaurant and bars. There's 4 of them. People like to know what their options are. So let's do all right, and then oh, I have to go over like this. All right, so what's included? You have dozens of exciting amenities, including, okay, so we have fitness center, tennis court, indoor outdoor dining. What did I miss here? Concierge services, entertainment. Okay, so for the casino, there's a star. What does the star mean in this case? Where's the star? Am I going crazy? You guys see this? Oh, wait, let me see here. Freshmen, so all-inclusive plan, food and beverage can be charged to your room. Okay, yeah, so food and drinks at the casino are not included in the all-inclusive plan. Payment can be charged to your room. Okay, so we're not going to put that in the all-inclusive amenities. Let's see, activities and amenities are subject to change without notice. Okay, let's see if we can get an idea of what activities they have available. Let me see here. They might not list it on here. No, it doesn't look like it. Darn, bummer. All right, that's okay though. So let's come back here. I'm not going to worry about this taxes and services charge. Let's see. All right, cool. I like what I have here. Then at the bottom, guys, we're gonna put let's see. Price subject to change based on availability, dates of travel. Let's see. Availability and dates of travel. Right. And let's see, I feel like there's something I'm missing here. Let me look through it. So we have a little catchphrase. Aha, call to action, guys. Okay, so how are they going to get a hold of you? That's the most important piece, and I almost forgot it. All right, so we can put, let's do it under the price here. Let's call, we'll just do this. Please call. Da, 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 da. There's some other things that you can do here, guys. You can put the link to your vacation quote request form here. You can say, instead of call, please email. Whatever is going to work for you. Some people will even say, I like this even better. Let's do this. Please text St. Croix vacation to. All right, and then when you get that word, you know exactly what they're referring to. So it's going to be important, if you choose that option, guys, that you know what that mock booking was. Okay, so if you're going to do multiple all-inclusive resorts for your mock bookings, you don't want to make it please text all-inclusive to whatever it is. Okay, specify it so you know what they're talking about. Good. So with your mock booking here, we have the all-inclusive amenities listed. Give your client a really good example of what their experience would look like. Okay, so have a good combination of photos of the room, of what some of those amenities listed in this all-inclusive would be like, things like that, to give them a very good idea of what their experience is going to be like. A huge thing with mock bookings, I like to compare it to grocery shopping. All right, so some of you are like, wait, what? But this is going to make sense. So when you're in the grocery store, right, what do you look at when you're shopping? You look at the price, you look at, what's included in that price, right? If I walk into a grocery store and I don't see any labels, I don't see any prices, I don't know what the product name is, or maybe even what the product is, am I going to buy it? No, probably not. Same thing with mock bookings, guys. This is why we have to do them, because if you don't, how is a client going to know what you can offer them, what a price might be for that type of experience, and what experiences you can provide for them? Okay, so it's so important you include all of these pieces and parts in your all-inclusive resort mock bookings and just in general. All right. So there is that. Let me go ahead and see if I have questions in the chat here. And if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and throw those in now. So we're going to start a Q&A session specific to, just in general, all-inclusive resorts, where you can find them, things like that. Okay. Let's see. So Joanne, oh, thank you. I've been doing this for a while. Okay. So I've been with the company now for over a year. So I feel like I've maybe mastered the mock booking. There's always room for growth, guys. All right. But in general, I've gotten pretty good at it. Let me come back to this document here. Let's see, Moira, what can commission look like for all-inclusive bookings? That's a great question, because it truly depends on where you're sending them and what vendor you're using, right? So for example, Vacation Express sometimes has, they were having a special of 20% commission, if I'm not mistaken. But I think they're slightly under that, somewhere between maybe 15 to 18%. I know Vax Vacation Access is around 16%, maybe 17. Let's see, what other vendors do I have down here? Pleasant Holidays is roughly the same. Sandals, I think, is around 16%. So a lot of these are going to be pretty much the same. I know Beds Online is as well. RoomRes is a little lower. All right. So it depends on the amount of travel. All right. So the total trip price with the commission. So I can't give an average, truthfully. Okay. Let's see. Can you use Canva for mock bookings as well? Yes, absolutely. All right. Let's see. And then, do you still book through the Archer preferred sites, then enter your booking on the brand sites? Not all the brands seem to be listed under the Archer preferred. Yeah, so I believe a lot of the times, let's say that you book with Vax Vacation Access or Vacation Express, you should still be able to enter the booking into the resort site, right? But honestly, it could be a lot easier just to go direct to places like Charisma, like, let's see my list here, like Charisma, AM Resorts, go directly to those travel agent portals, book there, and it's going to be easier to put that booking info in to accrue those rewards if they have it available. Okay. Let's see. Yes, Tasha. Yeah. So you can add commission on Vax. Absolutely. So someone asked, how would the commission work if the client is on a payment plan? It doesn't matter. Okay. I recommend not submitting a commission tracking form until the trip is fully paid for. Okay. So, there'll be a final payment date that has to be before the client travels. Every vendor will tell you what that is. And then, once that final payment's made, then go ahead and enter that commission tracking form. Let's see. What is the difference between being registered with vendors compared to being registered with the resorts directly? So pricing, pricing could be slightly different. Also, there might be different promotions if you book directly with the hotel site versus with, for example, FunJet and Vax. So those are just a few factors to consider. All right. Let's see, on Vax, you can use the tab for offers and incentives. I saw a romance package for Charisma, but how do you access that when selecting the room? That option is not available. Let's take a look. In Vax anyways, so let me go back to the home page here. And I have to get rid of some of these tabs, guys, so bear with me. Okay. Oh, is this maybe what you mean? Let me see. Charisma, Spring into Paradise. Let's see. We can also go here. Let me go to promotions. Donna, Charisma is not in the travel cafe, but we can still book Charisma resorts through Vax and things like that. But Charisma does have a travel agent site outside of our vendors that you can still book through and earn commission from. Okay. And I believe you still get that full 80% commission. So there is that. Let me go to, let's try searching just charisma here. Interesting. Let's just do this. I don't see the romance package here, but if you were seeing that for charisma, you could, take a look at their travel agent site for charisma and see if they have that package on there. You could probably just book it there, honestly. All right, but let me see what other questions we have. Let me see. Let's see. Do we fill out commission form for Profit Agility or do we contact them directly? I'm not sure. So yeah, I mean, it depends. A lot of times people do instant commission with My Profit Agility. And if that's the case, you're not going to fill out a commission tracking form if you're charging the instant commission, right? If there's commission still that you're earning, which is pretty typical of My Profit Agility, it'll be a smaller amount. Let's say that a resort is going to cost $273 for the client. The commission's probably going to be around $27 to $30 right from My Profit Agility. So that commission from Profit Agility, you're going to do a commission tracking form for, but whatever you charge as an instant commission, that's not going to be a commission tracking form because that money is going right to your pocket, right, with how you're completing the booking. Let me say, that's funny. See, that's what I meant. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. So give me a second to take a look through everything. Joel, yeah, so Vacation Express, same concept as Vax. You're going to find most of the brand names of these all-inclusive resorts that I mentioned with those vendors. Okay, and in fact, all of these vendors here, you should find the majority of these brands with those vendors, except Club Med and Barcello, right? Because it's obvious those are the brands. All right. Can I pin the document once more? Yeah, I'll throw it in the chat for you guys. I actually think I have it copied already. No, I don't. All right, 1 second. All right, there it is. All right, so that's the same document for those that maybe came in late of what I was just showing. All right, you're welcome. Let me see here. Oh, thanks, Lee. You're very welcome. Thanks for the YouTube plug. That's really nice. Let's see, Donna, if we book directly on the Charisma site, does it fall under Archer's insurance? That's a great question. I believe when you fill out your credit card authorization form, there's a question about the insurance there, right? So you can, opt to have that insurance included in that. Let's see. So to answer your question, yes, I believe so. Let's see. Which supplier would I suggest to use for Jamaica Montego Bay all-inclusive resorts? Honestly, when it comes to hotel stays, like hotel and flight type packages, I go directly to Vax. I use FunJet for absolutely everything in that regard. If there's something I can't find in Vax, I'll go check out either Vacation Express or Beds Online. And those are my go-tos. All right. Let me see what other questions here. Yes, you're very welcome, everyone. All right, so if you don't have any other questions, go ahead and head out and enjoy the rest of your day. All right. If you are here watching this training, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, my name is Justine Shine, Platinum Leader with Team Eclipse with Archer and Evolution Travel. Thank you so much for attending.